Welcome to ModernHackers scale modeling channel. You can find on YouTube if you subscribe, additionally on Facebook, Instagram, and the web page. We continue building this wonderful alpha model W204 Mercedes-Benz AMG Black Series C63 model in orange flame metallic color. For the wheels I used hobby design wheels. You can find the converter cool 3D STL file I created for this project and shared with you folks in the video description. Just because of this project I visited Automotive paint shop and requested to mix orange flame metallic color You need to use base thinner for these metallic paints. After proper thinning of automotive paint, you can go with any type of airbrush. You can find the airbrush models that I'm using in the video description. If you can see, this orange flame metallic color is forgiving, it's immediately sticking to the surface. Interestingly, it's a one component metal, so just with one paint code you can go ahead. The only requirement was to have a gray base color, and luckily my primer is also gray, so I just put on the top of the primer. It was fully matching what was needed for this color, and you can see the paint and the color became very quick visible any of the areas and parts where I sprayed. This orange color is highlighting the characteristics of this classic W204 Mercedes shape. I really liked it painting. It became quickly visible how the end look will look like. You need to give 2-3 layers of paint. After the first round I went with some sanding. I used sanding sponge not to scratch the surface. And when I did see some imperfections, I went back for painting again, and also the panel lines with a smaller airbrush. I went to the panel lines, injected and put paint where the big airbrush, the high pressure airbrush, could not touch. I went to the smaller areas with the smaller airbrush, with small fixtures. These automotive base thinners are self-leveling but curing faster, for example, than the Mr. Hobby, Mr. Color or Tamiya auto leveling thinners. So you need to have a proper flat surface and properly prepared surface. This is the drawback, but the good thing that it's because it's faster curing, it's making the dust on the top of the surface. So that's also the benefit, and there won't be any layer of the any smooth layer of the paint. It is just putting the paint, forgiving every area like you would work with a metal color. So to me, working with these automotive paints very forgiving, because anyway it will be coated with clear coat. Very satisfying results. To continue the paint, there are interiors. There are some metal panels that you need to add to the driving dash. There are several parts of this kit that I prepared for paint. Also the small foot wedge parts. I went with Mr. Hobby Mr. Color flat black paint for these parts, these base plate of the interior and base plate of the car, because the flat is very forgiving for these large areas, not collecting the dust. That's the main benefit. I mixed the Mr. Hobby flat black with Mr. Hobby leveling thinner, but you can also mix with rapid thinner as well, doesn't matter. The interiors I painted mainly with semi-gloss Mr. Hobby Mr. Color paint, because it is in between gloss and between flat. It's showing like a plastic type surface and not collecting again the dust during the painting, so it's forgiving again. And I mixed with Mr. Hobby Mr. Color Auto leveling thinner. I applied the same for the lamps inside mechanics. Also, I use semi-gloss for the wipers. The rear tail wing on the top of the bonnet, the bottom spoiler element, those parts that are going to be varnished with lacquer. I painted also with semi-gloss, including the mirrors. The front mask painted with Mr. Hobby Mr. Color Chrome paint. Same paint for the exhaust. But less for the exhaust, not to have as reflective as the front mask was. I used semi-gloss also for the photo edge details, not to collect dust, important. Several of them will be varnished, don't forget. The inner cage, I decided to go with racing red color to have this element visible also outside of the car. Brakes, again red, same red. The door openers painted with the same orange flame metallic color like the body. The front face of the wheels painted with gold. The wheel caps, screws painted with dark chrome, ironic chrome. The driving dash will consist of two colors. On the bottom there will be a softer red, a leatherish red, and the top will be semi-gloss black. Same like the driving seat, the racing driving seats. I mixed a soft red, which is the base was a GX red, and I added some russet, added a few drops orange, and a little bit lightened. Also some side of the left and right interiors we get this color. I masked and after I painted black, semi-gloss black. I hope you guys enjoyed this part 2 episode. Thank you for watching ModernHackers scale modeling channel. You can find on YouTube if you subscribe, additionally on Facebook, Instagram, and the webpage.